Okay, so today is Thursday, October 28th, 2010, and it's about 5 o'clock p.m., so U.S. session is closed, and we're kind of in the daily doldrums in between U.S. and ASIN sessions. So I'm back. I'm going to be trading again. I have been trading a little bit, and as you can see, I'm using a new charting platform here. This is GFT's Dealbook, so I'm just kind of going back and forth between accounts, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to start off the daily chart here and just kind of give it a little look and see what's going on with the price action. So last week was, or I'm sorry, earlier this week was pretty interesting. And if we look at it from this point of view here, you can see that this candle right here had a nice upper wick. You can see that we tried to pierce through these highs that we've put in before, in this area and this area, and as you can see, we came crashing back down. So before the end of the day, we actually put in a nice little reversal bar here, back inside this range. So with that, that gave me a good bias to the downside, and from there we did manage to come through quite a bit. So the way I was looking at this was looking at the 4-hour chart here. If we go out a little bit, you can see this is where, in fact, let me grab that pen again. This is in fact where the daily candle closed right here. But before that, we actually had a little bit of indication that a price was slowing down. With this hammer candle right here, you can see that there was a nice push up and then a close back below. And then over the next few sessions, price in fact did come down quite a bit. So in here I was able to capture a short position, and with that I took about 40 pips out of it, and I closed it out right around these highs right here, because this was again previous area of previous support. You can see in here there's some congestion again in here, and then I figured that the high of this range would be perhaps a spot where we would see some buying, so I closed it out right about here. So that was a good way to start things off. And then at that point we had that daily close, so I was looking for more of a little bit of a longer term trade. And if we take this to an hourly here, if we go to an hourly chart, we can start to kind of pick this apart and see, or at least I can kind of go over what I did here. But anyways, I had a little trend line going in here from this swing point to this swing point, and you can see that price managed to bounce off here. So initially I'm looking for a long position as we are coming into this area where I did take profit. But again, I guess buyers could not hold that. There was some heavy selling pressure, and price fell through. So I did not take it on the first push through. I actually waited for a secondary push up into resistance. So I took a couple stabs here. My first entry was right here. That one got stopped out. Second entry was in here on a 15-minute chart. I was able to hold that one overnight and take off, I think it was 70 more pips, and I actually exited. I believe it was right here, because we had another significant swing point. As you can see, there was a little bit of potential profit taking. We did have this inverted, or I'm sorry, this hammer candle, but again, no follow through. So anyways, so over the next few hours, just sitting and watching price, we came down into this next area of support, this next green line, and as you can see from there, we actually had some interesting price action develop here. We had another hammer bar, a push up, and then a little retracement. And so over here, some news came out. So again, I had to take a couple entries here. The first one, unfortunately, I wasn't watching the news. I had to make more of an effort to do that and keep on top of that. But I took an entry on a 15-minute chart, and I actually took it right as the hour, at the end of the hour there. So the news report was released, and it took me out really quick for minus 20. But after watching things settle down, I still had the same conviction on my trade, so I entered, and on a close of this bar, essentially, you can see that we closed above this swing point, and to me I was fairly bullish with that higher swing high in the near term. But unfortunately, over the next hour or so, the bears came and pushed price right back down, taking me out of that trade with a stop right here. So that one did not work out so well. So we had one good trade, to start things off with, we had a loser, and we had another good trade, and then this one did not work out, unfortunately. So at that point, if we go back to the daily chart here, we can start to see pieces thing together, and you can see now we have these two bearish candles. It's fair to expect another down day, and that's what we got. Looking back in hindsight, but at the time, I'm just trading this thing and looking at my swing points. So I know that I've broken this significant swing point. I know that this buying pressure was just wasn't there, and sellers broke it down. So I'm looking for another sell point. And so the next trade that I took was right here, actually, in here, and the reason for that was because we put another swing point here, right, another support resistance level, which was now broken. Now price pushed up, put in a nice little reversal bar right here. That was not enough to convince me to simply to get short. So I did wait. I waited for a lower term or a lower time frame setup there, where price showed me some lower swing lows and lower swing highs, and at that point I did enter right in this area. All right, and from there I was able to take my profit at the low of this candle right here. So I essentially just played that range, and I got out right there. All right. So as you can see, there was a little bit of a push up there, no follow through again, and then another nice push down. So after that, you can clear this thing off again. I was essentially watching. Go back to the 4-hour chart here. And I was pretty much just waiting for a nice pullback before I could take another entry, and that's exactly what we got right here. We had a nice little push up, so I ended up taking a long position here again. So as you can see, I was really back and forth, and this one was off a lower term. In the 15-minute chart now, I can point this one out. Okay, so I was watching the price action here. As you can see, we had this swing point right here. And so what I like to do now is I'll just watch these swing points, and I'll say, okay, well, if price can show me that there's higher swing highs, higher swing lows, then I'm definitely interested. Otherwise, it's not something I want to trade. So what we can do is we can take this down to a 5-minute chart and try and pinpoint that entry and exit. So essentially what I'm doing is, if we take it back up a couple levels, if we go to the 4-hour chart, we had this candle right here, all right? So that was the first thing that kind of caught my attention. Okay, this is the first bullish candle that we've had in quite a bit of time. So I was looking for some follow through, because as you can see here, we had bullish candle, and then no follow through, and here again a push up, and then essentially inverted hammer because the sellers pushed it right back down. So here I was just kind of watching, looking for price action to develop. And on the hourly chart, if we go to that area, this is it right here. So we had a good push up there. We were able to push past this swing point right here, which was encouraging. And so, I really tried to minimize my risk on this trade by taking a very fine-tuned entry. And I was able to do that here. And so look in the 5-minute now, and essentially my entry was right here. So you can kind of get an idea of what I was looking at. So I actually entered on this candle right here, and the reason for that was because we did have this trend line in here that I was watching. All right, so pretty much price was able to bounce off here, and it was making those near-term higher swing lows and higher swing highs. And there's some near-term support resistance levels that I could go ahead and draw back in. I've raised them since since price has moved out of this range at this point. But essentially, just kind of watching. There's some reaction here, and then here again, and we finally had the little push up there. I took an entry for a stop below the trend line here, and my target was let's see, I targeted the psychological level 50, and so price came up, pushed back down, and as you can see, after that we did actually continue up, but that was the small piece of that I took out.